Wildlife Federation's The Hide.
All right, welcome back to the Hide Podcast. Taylor Finger, DNR game bird ecologist, Mark Kakich with the Wisconsin Wildlife Federation, and Talon Finger. What are the odds that we have another person named Finger that I've never met before?
Sure.
But
Right. Family.
Right. We're here, though, to talk about the Junior Duck Stamp, and Talon got an award today for her art. Can you tell us a little bit about your piece?
I got second place.
Okay, and what was it that you painted?
I painted a redhead.
Awesome. Very cool. And what school do you go to?
I go to Allenton Elementary.
Allenton Elementary. So what got you into participating in the Junior Duck Stamp?
It was really just like my friends encouraging me to do things I wasn't really sure about, and my art teacher.
Awesome. You are clearly more talented than Mark, for sure, and myself, definitely.
Way more talented than me, trust me.
So, with, part of the Junior Duck Stamp is, the whole idea is that it supports, funding for conservation and education. Is, do you get outside? Do you like to hike? Do you like to get around? What do you like to do outside?
I play soccer.
Okay.
And
Nice.
I do tennis in the summer sometimes.
Awesome. Cool. And we're here at Horicon Marsh, so have you taken some opportunity today to walk around, get out to see what we have here?
Yeah. We walked around. I walked around with my parents and my little sister.
Awesome.
So, Talon, have you ever heard of the $1 million duck?
No.
So what I want you to do when you go home, I want you to Google or go to YouTube and Google or search the $1 million duck. And it's a short segment, but they say that if you get picked to do the federal duck stamp, or you win the federal duck stamp, you could be a millionaire.
Right.
Millionaire. And then send Taylor and I a check, because I know your family somewhere along the line.
Right.
At least we're all hoping it, because we're not going to do it. But Google that and see what kind of impact you could have on conservation, right? Mm-hmm. Because I think what you have right here is what we call potential, right?
For
potential.
sure. So do you plan on entering any art going into the future?
Yes.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, again, the only thing I can encourage you is get outside, see during the springtime when the birds are coming through and they're beautiful, that's the time to take some pictures or look online or get a bird book in front of you. And again, not that you need very much help at all, because it's, again, much better than anything I've ever drawn, ever.
So what would you like to say? What would you like to say about the contest to your fellow students out there who maybe are not sure that they want to participate? Maybe they're, maybe a little scared, or maybe they don't think they're good enough. What do you think?
I don't know. Just have confidence, and if you don't win, it's okay. I entered last year. I didn't win, but I entered again this year, and I won.
Awesome.
It was really all about self-confidence, and really my art teacher helped me. So if I had any questions, I just wasn't afraid. I went up and asked her, and I said, can you help me with this, or does this look okay? And she said, yeah, that's fine.
Well, look, Talon, if you win the biggie someday, you at least have to give Taylor and I a free duck stamp.
Okay.
Is that a deal?
Deal.
Perfect.
I'll take it. Well, thanks a lot for sitting here with the two of us, even though I know you're probably family related somewhere along the line.
Yeah,
but
we
listen,
didn't plan this. Showed
I
up
know.
today and finding a finger that I've never heard of before. So, and it's awesome that you took second place. And again, I think that the stuff that you guys are doing, that the Junior Duck Stamp's doing, is really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
What a nice, beautiful piece.
Thank you.
Right? So listen, I hope you continue to participate. I hope you continue to compete. And I hope this shows you that you can compete in anything, not just duck stamp stuff, but anything that you want. And it's like you say, it's not about necessarily winning or losing, right? It's about being able to be proud, participate, and it helps you mature in life and do all sorts of different things. So I hope this is a great stepping stone, but more importantly, I hope that this someday becomes a federal duck stamp winner for you.
Agreed.
All right?
All right.
Thank you so much today.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Mark Kakich, Taylor Finger, and our special guest today, Shelly. Right, Shelly's an 11th grader out of Middleton High School, just outside of Madison, and we're here today at the Junior Duck Stamp Contest at the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service headquarters in Horicon. And Shelly is unique because not only does she have a first place winner for the contest, we also have what we call the Wisconsin Conservation Message. So, Shelly, tell us a little bit about what this message means before we even get to the duck stamp.
All right, so the message I wrote is wetlands are nature's seeds and conservation is how these seeds grow. So I kind of thought of how wetlands are really important to like our environment in general, and we really need to conserve them. Otherwise, we won't see the beauty of these wetlands, which is why they are like nature's seeds. And if we don't conserve them, these seeds will never grow. So we'll never get to see the beauty of the wetlands and everything that is provided within the wetlands.
Awesome.
You got that, Taylor?
Yeah, clearly. You know how many adults that I would like to have that same exact message to? You are doing a phenomenal job.
So do you have a copyright on this?
Right.
No, because maybe Taylor and I can use this for some of the other things that we do during the course of the year.
Absolutely highlight it.
How would that work, right?
Okay.
I
We'll
think
give
it would
you
be
credit.
pretty cool.
We know Mark wouldn't come up with that himself, so.
Right. Yeah, definitely. That's why you're here, to come up with the good stuff. But realistically, Shelly, this says a lot because it encompasses so much, right? So tell us, how did you get started in the desire to do this as well as this duck stamp piece?
Okay, so I always really liked to draw. I've been really into drawing since I was in like elementary school, and like back then it was kind of just like, oh, I can like draw animals, that's so cool. And then in like during like COVID, I got a lot of time on my hands because everything went online and I was in 8th grade. So this is like before I was in high school, so nothing really mattered that much school-wise. So I just spent every day drawing. And then at some point I found out about the Junior Federal Duck Stamp and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I want to try some competitions. So I ended up researching about it and I found out there was like species that are legible to draw for and that you have to draw for the competition. So then I started doing some research. I first researched like what species I could draw. I wanted to do one that was related to Wisconsin since I do live in Wisconsin, so I thought it would be nice. So then I started researching about it, and the more I researched to like create my drawing, the more I like cared more about conservation and learned more about how like wetlands work. So then that's kind of where like things got started.
Well, you got to be pretty famous in your family, right? I mean, no one else.
Look at this.
Right, no one else did that.
Let's get real. That is impressive.
So let's talk about your duck stamp. You got first place, right?
Yeah.
So how did that make you feel?
I was really excited because I participated last year, but last year was kind of rushed. I ended up getting second place. I drew an acrylic painting on canvas of a Canadian goose and 2 little gooselings. That piece, as I mentioned before, was a little bit rushed. I kind of decided like mid-year, like, oh, I wanted to do this. So I didn't have as much time, but this year I decided that I wanted to start a lot earlier. I started towards the end of August, and I started with some research, some concept ideas, and I decided that I wanted to draw gallards because I really liked the way they have like a lot of pattern in their in their feathers, and I felt like that would be a really nice thing to focus on since I really like detail work. And then I chose 2 gallards. This one is the female gallard and that one's the male one. Usually I feel like a lot of people focus more on the male species of like animals because they have more beautiful colors, but I really like the details of the furs of the feathers of the gallards for the female ones, so that's why I chose for that one to have its wings outward compared to having to focus be more on the male gallard.
Awesome. Absolutely.
So all in all, pretty cool experience.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, we were just talking with another contestant about the $1 Million Duck. Have you researched that at all?
No.
I'm not going to ruin it for you.
Okay.
But if you have the chance someday to win the federal duck stamp contest, just keep Taylor and I, in mind, right?
Right.
We're here for you.
Right.
All right?
Right. Anything you need.
Anything you need. You just let us know. You tell mom and dad, will help. Okay. All right? But listen, thank you so much for spending some time with Taylor and I.
Hey, congratulations. Again, your art is phenomenal. Your message is phenomenal. You really have a future in doing this. So please continue to do it because, like I said, you're going to be going some places with this. So, and you can clearly tell you put the time and effort into the research and what exactly things should be looking like. And again, compliments.
And conservation needs you, right? Conservation needs Shelley, all right? So you keep doing this. And when you're researching the federal duck stamp, research how many women won that federal duck stamp. So you could really make a mark on that federal duck stamp. All right?
All right.
Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, we're going to see who else we can get to sit down with us and visit a little bit. But great job. I look forward to seeing more work from you.
Yeah,
Awesome. Thank you. All right, and we have another winner here that we're here at the Federal Junior Duck Stamp here at Horicon Marsh. And Aubrey, you want to tell us a little bit about the painting that you did for the duck stamp?
You just talk right here and tell us why you picked that pintail to draw.
Okay, I picked this because, I like the look of the bird, and I was hoping to go with something simple, but then I decided to go with the shading. Because when I did it in pencil, I did the shading, and I noticed, hey, that looks really good, and then I just decided to kind of not really copy off the picture, but some parts I do and some parts I don't. But then I don't know, some of it is from the picture.
But then you had to put your own twist in it, right?
The ripple, the reflection in the water, all of that. It's very impressive.
So, what grade are you in? Fourth grade. And I'm way past fourth grade, and you're way more of an artist than me. And
I've seen his stick duck pictures, and they're just awful.
It's not funny. He always picks on me. But third grade, right? Fourth grade? Fourth grade, third place finish. And next year, you're going to be in fifth grade, and you're going to do this again, right?
Yes.
So are you starting to research what duck you're going to do next year?
Not yet, but I probably will be.
Okay. So tell me, when you sat down to do this, how did you feel?
I felt kind of nervous because I didn't I was hoping to go for something, but I was also nervous because I didn't know what it was going to turn out like.
Did you know that you were such an artist? Did you know you were good at this?
I didn't expect it to be that good.
You didn't expect it to be that good. Well, it is that good.
Yeah.
Does your mom or dad, are they good artists?
I'm not sure. I think my mom is. She's pretty good at drawing horses.
Really? Well, maybe what you got to do is try to get mom into entering the adult contest.
Yeah.
Right? And then you guys can kind of compete together.
Back and forth, for
right?
sure.
And you can kind of make a fun family contest out of the deal. Right? Because what we did is we just told the other folks that we had sit up here, if you win this, there could be a significant amount of money in it for you. But more importantly, you would make history, okay? Being a federal duck stamp winner is a pretty big deal. And I will tell you, not too many young ladies have won the federal duck stamp contest. That leaves you something. When you go home, you Google a show called The $1 Million Duck. All right, and they have a lady in there that competed for this, and I think it's worth the watch because maybe she'll give you an idea on what to draw next year, right?
Right, and again, depending on whatever species that you pick next year, make sure you get outside and you do a little bit of homework and research, see exactly what it looks like, because again, you clearly knocked the pintail out of the park, so do whatever you did for the last one. I think you'll be just fine.
And Taylor, he's in charge of the ducks and geese here in the state. He's like the duck god. So he runs the show in Wisconsin. And if he says this is pretty good, he knows what he's talking about.
For sure.
What about if you could tell some of your friends that maybe were too scared or just didn't want to do this for next year, what would you tell them?
I'll probably tell them, like, be confident in yourself.
Okay? Be confident in yourself and don't be afraid. It's not about winning and losing. It's about putting good effort into it, right? Being proud of your work and being a strong young lady or a strong young man, right? I think it's pretty cool, right? I think that's outstanding. The last question I have for you is, do you like to get outside and take a look at Mother Nature, watch the ducks, and take a walk?
I don't really watch ducks because I don't have ducks in my house, but I like to watch nature. I like to watch the birds and stuff.
All right, that's just great because I saw a hummingbird today, an orchard oriole, and a red-headed woodpecker. So that's pretty cool, you know? So you make sure you get Mom and Dad to take you out, visit Horicon Marsh, right? Go down to the state side, visit the state part of Horicon Marsh too. That's where my wife works. She keeps the doors open for you, all right? And if you go down there and they have a little museum, you tell her that Mark said that he would pay for my trip to walk through the museum. And then I'll flip the bill. Actually, we'll have Taylor flip the bill.
Yeah.
But anyway,
because
it's
Mark
okay.
has no money.
All right?
No.
So I want you to take a look at that guy on the camera over there, and I want you to wave goodbye and say, I hope to see you next year with a first place winner. All right?
Hope to see you next year with a first place winner.
Well, Taylor, why don't you wrap it up?
All right. Well, thanks, everyone. I appreciate y'all being here for this episode of the Hyde Podcast. Aubrey did a phenomenal job. Again, I look forward to seeing her art get into the future, and everybody that did a great job today for the Federal Junior Duck Stamp Contest.
That's a tongue twister.
It's been awesome today to see all of this art and then all the smiling faces from the kids.
Well, Chase Baker, thanks so much for being the man behind the camera. And Aubrey, thank you so much for spending some time up here. You know, sometimes people don't like to be on the camera with Chase, but he's not that bad a guy, right? But thanks a lot for taking some time out. We greatly appreciate it. Put her there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chase, for everything that you do for conservation. And until the next episode, I hope everybody gets an opportunity to step outside and work with conservation and take some birds in.